Hello, here's Tech 406 again, and in this video we're going to do the Windows 2000 installation. So this is what the format of my videos usually it's always going to be the format, is I start off with showing you what you're going to get, and then the second part of the video is the installation phase. So the first part, you get the first 5 minutes, is just to see what is going to happen, what you're going to have as at the very end of it all. So yeah. Anyways, so this is what we're going to be, and this is going to be using we use an unattended install file here. So if you go to the disk that I'll be showing you in a second, so let's do this first, just get this over with. So we have this file here is the file I'm going to show you down here, and then this file here, I don't even know if this file is even used, to be honest. This file just does, these things. It probably is, I don't know, because this file is not there. I don't even know this file. Whatever. Both files I think have to exist regardless, I think. I don't know. Whatever. Anyways. But yeah, so that's what's on the disk, and there's a program, I believe, on the Windows 2000 disk or online. You can get the tool to build these files yourself. But here's the file here you can see that I'm using for unattended install. So I commented out everything here that I don't want people to see, of course, like the product ID and the event password, of course, right? So the weird part here is that even though auto partition is yes and initiated is 0 and all this stuff is like this, this part works. But this part, I don't know, this is weird. For some reason, like, this does not auto partition. The text-based part of the setup, as you'll notice in the second part of this video, will still be required. They'll still ask you to partition the disk. Although the OEM, skip EULA and everything actually works. Some of these things do work, so the install is still very, very fast and very, very, just start it and just walk away, have some tea, have some coffee, go do whatever, come back and it'll be done type of thing, right? It's easy. Once you get this file created use virt-install, you just have to worry about the first bit of the installation, and then you're good to go. And you can set various things here. Some of these things may not work, because this won't in this situation, because we have to install a driver, which I'll show you in a second, the finalizations. And the branding, etc., etc. This is Google.ca. I created this back in the day before, so this is like an older thing here, and joins workgroup and everything like that. You can actually set all these things up. If you look at the documentation for this, or use the setup, or use the program to create your own CIF file, you can just do this yourself. So we're going to close this. We're not going to save it because I don't want this file to be saved, because this is an unintended file that I want to keep around. So. But yeah, just find a program to make it, and you can create your own unintended file, which is what you want. Okay. So if we right-click here, go to Properties, go to Hardware, go to Device Manager, you'll notice these. Okay, I don't understand why that's there, because this is here. So yeah, this is obviously working because we have high resolutions already, so I don't know why that's there. But everything else, network card, this is auto detected, as well as this AC97, as you'll notice the virt-install command. So this is probably the easiest install in USB devices. It'll even detect because you'll notice my mouse works like flawlessly, right? It works really well on this one. So as you'll notice, there's a HID compliant device, which is actually a relative USB tablet device that gets connected, and it works in 2000 and plus, so it allows you to just move your mouse in and out with no issues whatsoever, right? So it's pretty good. Anyways, so let's move on to the actual setup portion for this. Welcome to the Windows 2000 installation video here. So this is actually going to be much more simpler, much more quicker than the other ones, unless KVM actually isn't going, because this one's actually going to show for sure if KVM actually is being used by this user, and I don't think it is, so I might actually have to redo this video, but you never know. Let's find out. Anyways, we're going to do with the virt-install command yet again. So virt-install, virt-type, KVM, name is going to be Win2K, the cdrom is going to be OS's Win2K SP4. This disk has been slipstreamed with Service Pack 4 already. OS variant, Win2K. This is very important here because there's a hack that's required for QEMU in order to install Windows 2000. And then we go disk size 4 should be enough for this. And memory, I would say 512 would be good. Would be better for Windows 2000. And since we're going to be doing what's called an install that doesn't really work unattended, meaning you can just walk away after you start it. We need to insert a special disk. So we go volume, OS's, and then we go I'll show you. This disk I will show how to create. Well, actually, I would have already shown how to create it in the previous part of the video. So, anyways, disregard that. And then device equals floppy. Man, Windows 2000 AC97 sound should work just fine. And then we go network, and networking for 2000 should again be PC. Should again be pcnet. So we're going to go user model equals pcnet at the time. And that should be fine. And this time we don't have to worry about changing the CPU over to a 46 because this is a Windows 2000 is modern enough that it should not need that. At least we hope. So let's start it up again. Oh. 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 Vol. What? Vol OS's WTK unattend. Oh. There we go. Okay. I'm spelling this really wrong. How the fuck do you... Problem... I shouldn't have swore. W2K-un ATTEND No vol matching with string. No story. But that's... Huh. Okay. We might actually have to do a refresh. Let's try that. So here, OS's, that's probably why. There we go. This might work. If you have trouble with that, just refresh the storage pool and then run it again and it should work. Yep, that was the problem. The storage pool needed to be refreshed. So, yeah. Anyways, this one should be super quick because it'll be all installed by itself. It's only the text-based portion of the install that actually requires any attention. Once so it'll ask you for this automatically. Just hit enter, NTFS, and that'll do your format. That's all you have to do. Even though I believe this is in the file, the unattended file does have the partitioning placed, but for some reason it still requests you partition. I don't know why. Anyways, that's what it is. So this won't take too long. This is probably one of the faster installs, to be honest. Just because it's all unattended, because I have the unattended file there, so it's just going to install basically by itself without any attendance. I could literally just put the microphone on mute and walk away. That's how easy this is going to be. Because I don't even think there's even anything at this point even. I think it's all automatic at this point because of the disk image that I put in there. Yep. It's just going to go through it. And this will actually tell me if KVM is properly in there, because if KVM is actually not being used right now, this is going to be very, very slow because this is a more modern system. No, not that modern, I guess, considering it's like 20 years old. It's crazy to think about how old this is. So this installer is generally pretty good at detecting all the devices inside for KVM. KVM is really good at supplying it the right devices, mind you, too. So everything should work right out of the box except the video. The video is I think the only exception that needs to be updated. Other than that, I do believe it works really, really well out of the box. So, but the video is pretty easy to set up anyways. So, but it's still, if you have VirtualBox nearby, VirtualBox is still better supported for both NT4 and 2000, because with that, it's, VirtualBox guest editions actually have the drivers for everything, so it makes it more seamless. It's not a terrible experience, mind you. It's just better if you just use VirtualBox for the most part. But if you have no choice and you do want to use libvirt and you want to run this like in a better headless environment, then definitely this is the best option to run it as. You want to run it more as a server or a VDI type system, right? Virtual desktop. It all depends. I don't know who would want to really use this unless you're actually running labs and tests using this, or if you have to run some old software, maybe. I don't know. I don't really know the use cases why someone would really need to run this at all. Like, I run this occasionally just to run some very, very old software. Like, I think I ran Virtual PC 2007 in this a little while ago. So, which actually works pretty well in 2000. So, I'm actually quite surprised. So, it still supports a fair amount of software. But overall, I would say if you actually want to use it, you be a bit productive. Even XP would be a bit better, I guess, for some things, even though both systems are generally have the same amount of support for software. There's really no difference there. But if you have to run some really, really old programs, then yeah, either of these would work really well. Although I would not recommend putting it in a production place system, or would otherwise have access to the public internet, because that would probably lead to quite a lot of security issues. So let's see what happens here. So, yeah, it's all automatic, as you can see. Networking is being installed by itself. Like, there's really nothing I have to do, because the unattended file, which you saw in the previous section, handles everything. All you have to do is just enter your CD key into the file and put it on the floppy disk, pop it into the virtual machine like I did here, and you're on your way. It's pretty simple. You can there's actually a couple Windows tools they supply either from the website, or you can, I think, on one of the CDs, one of the discs, install discs also has it as well too, to actually create the unattended files yourself. But to create unattended files using like a GUI program, you don't have to. They're just basic INI files, right? There's really no need to use a program to generate them, and if you know how to create them and that. So, yeah. But as I say, this install is very, very boring because it's all automatic. You just sit back and relax after it starts up. Yeah, you just saw there automatically. It just set up all that stuff automatically. Like, it's almost done right now. Like, it's going to reboot again, and 2 more times, I believe, and then it's all complete. And then this one's done. Am I really going to be uploading 4 videos in one day? I might. It's very well possible. But yeah, I started doing these videos again because, well, before, like back in 2015 or 2014, I think is when I created the other ones, and I got lots and lots of views and started getting a bit more subscribers, and I even had a shout out from another channel. So I thought, might as well continue now that I have some extra time in my hands and everything, and my video recording stuff is all set up again. I might as well get back into it and start doing it again and start, getting my channel up to par like I wanted it before. But yeah, I've just kind of gotten busy before, so I didn't really have time to keep up with my channel and things like that. But I guess 4 videos in one day is going to be something, right? Because I know I'm going to have 2 for sure, because I already have that NT 3.51 uploaded. That's already uploaded, and the NT4 one is basically all rendered, ready to be uploaded, and this one should be done in very, very shortly as well. Once this install is finished, I'll just do the video driver install, and that's really all I got to do with this is the video driver install. This is super simple. And then, that's done. And then I can basically render this one. This one's almost done, as you can tell. Like, it's all non-interactive. It's fully automated, which is quite nice. So it's just watching boring progress bars and other crap go by, because usually it answers lots of questions through the install, but you know, why not? I can just sit back and, you know, watch. Although I don't think the settings for this are all correct, though. I think I have some special settings in this unattended, which you probably would be seeing before this, because I would be showing the unattended file before this. So, yeah. Anyways, I want to mute the mic again for a few seconds, because I don't think I want to talk and worry all you guys. So just sit back and watch the install finish. I do have to say, if this isn't running through KVM, this isn't too bad of a speed, though. It's been like almost over 12 minutes now, 12 and a half minutes, almost 13 minutes of recording time, and the setup's almost done right now. So at least this gives me a good idea. So if I try to do this install again and see if KVM is disabled by just giving this user access to KVM, and then doing the install again, if the install is faster than faster than this video, then that obviously means that KVM was not active for this user the entire time, which is both sad and not, I guess. I'm indifferent. That doesn't really matter, really. I guess the videos could have been much shorter if I used KVM. That's the only difference, really, right? The install would just be faster and be more responsive too, because I'm sure if you noticed in the previous videos, there were some moments where the system had some bad responsiveness, I guess you could say. And KVM would generally help with that. But yeah. And we're almost done here, just saving settings, and then once certain temporary file is used, it'll restart. So let's, also 2000 supports USB, so you have the USB tablet for relative input, so it actually makes it quicker to move your mouse around the screen. And here we go, rebooting. And in order to confirm the sound is working in here after it comes up for logging in, I'm actually going to, that's what I'll do. I won't do that. I'll go here, click here, go open, boom, there we go. And log in. Yep. Perfect. Okay, exit. I usually like keeping that screen on, if you're curious, for the last video. And yeah, we're in. Now we'll just get the video adapter up. Oh yeah, we have USB device. We don't have to worry about. Yeah, I love. Anyways, so go here, floppy, browse. So we just need to go to the VBE 2K driver, choose, apply. cdrom, we can actually get rid of that now. Go back to here, right click, properties, settings, advanced, adapter, properties. They don't really make it easy to switch the display adapter in Windows 2000. I forgot about that. Windows 2000 is really weird. Okay, so control panel, add and remove hardware. Next, add okay, click here, next, okay, add new device, select from a list, preferably, display adapter, have disk, and here we can choose this one right here, standard PCI graphics adapter. Next, we can certificate. It's not signed, of course, so we have to go next. It should work, and finished. It actually even started it too. So we should be able to right click now and go properties. Oh shit, no, we do have to reboot. Okay. And we are almost there now. Huh. I already see better. I already see this bar is already more clear. You can already tell that the color is better than it was earlier. And there we go. Right click, properties. Yeah, there we go. Got it. And we'll increase the 16-bit and 800 by 600. Yes. Yes. Okay. And view, resize. Okay. We will remove that. Okay, go here. View, put that back. Okay, we're gonna log out when I'm gonna go properties. I actually want to display log off, display this, apply, okay, log off, yes, and log back in again. There we go. Now the icon are displayed using higher fidelity colors. And there we have it. We're fully installed with sound and everything. And you can also update your Internet Explorer whatever else you want to, but I wouldn't even recommend doing that unless you really have to use legacy software. But yeah, that is the install. And thank you for watching, and look forward to the next video, which will be the XP one.